Hello, friends, and welcome to Reality Stories. Friends, the craze for Labubu dolls has spread all over the world. But this video is about the man who created the Labubu doll, Kasing Lung. How famous has this man become today? And why did he create the Labubu doll? Let's find out the whole story. Kasing Lung was born in Hong Kong in 1972. In his childhood, his family moved to the Netherlands. At that time, Kasing was 7 years old. He spent his entire childhood in the Netherlands. His parents had opened a small restaurant there, and their house was located above the restaurant. In the beginning, things were quite difficult for Kasing. For a young child, learning a new language is not easy. One of his school teachers gave him a book to learn the Dutch language, and that same teacher began teaching him Dutch. Friends, this was the time when Kasing began reading Nordic folklore. Nordic folklore refers to the traditional stories of Europe, similar to the famous tales and myths in our country, which may not be based on reality, but are still heard by everyone during childhood. Nordic folklore contained the same type of stories. Kasing was also very fond of drawing. In those days, there were no computers or video games, so all his free time was spent on such activities. He would often draw dolls. Because he used to read these stories, his dolls also had a unique and mysterious style. Later, Kasing moved to another European country, Belgium, where he started creating children's books. In these books, he would draw illustrations and narrate stories to children. He even received several awards for his work. Time went by, and then came the year 2015, when Kasing wrote a similar book titled Monsters. He created this book with those same kinds of stories in mind. In it, he designed 9 different characters, each with its own story. Among these characters was one called the Labubu doll. Gradually, Labubu became quite popular, not only in Europe, but also in other parts of the world. But friends, in 2019, Kasing's life was about to change. That year, he signed a licensing deal with a Chinese store called Pop Mart. Pop Mart started producing and selling dolls based on the Labubu character. Slowly, the craze for this doll began to spread worldwide. For every doll sold, Kasing Lung received royalties. Today, Kasing Lung's net worth has crossed $50 million by creating just one character, the Labubu doll. This man has become worth several hundreds of crores. This is only an estimate. He may have earned even more than this. But friends, there is another man who benefited greatly from this. Wang, the owner of Pop Mart. It was this man who began selling dolls based on the Labubu character. Today, he is the 10th richest person in China. He had opened the Pop Mart store in 2010, but the Labubu dolls made him a billionaire in dollar terms. By 2024, Pop Mart's net income had reached close to $1 billion. The craze for Labubu dolls had grown immensely across the world. Nowadays, Kasing spends some of his time in Hong Kong and some in Belgium. His life has completely transformed because of the Labubu doll character. Friends, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.